Hello again, my name is Richard. I'm here to talk more about Alberni gangstalking. Talk more about the ways they have authorities write you off as a psychopath, because as in the eyes of a doctor is basically what's happening. They get the doctor to write you off as a psychopath, and to do that they have to set it up and make it look like you are. And the doctor's involved too. He knows that this is going on, and he knows that this is going to be, he knows he's going to write someone off as psychopath who is not. That he knows he's eventually going to write this person off as a mental case, which he is not. And which means the doctors are completely corrupt. And again, mental health needs to be investigated right across this country. Okay, I've got 2 doctors that are extremely sick in the head, and they need to be investigated. Okay, and again, I keep saying it, I will not solve murders of children when all these sick criminals are running around in my community. Okay? Diddlers, child murderers, freaks, is what I call them. And it doesn't matter, counselor, it doesn't matter who you are, I don't care if you go to church, I don't give a shit, you're a sicko, a real sicko, and I'm going to explain it to the people of this country, of this community, how sick you are, how you intervened in a very serious crime, how it will never be solved because of you, counselor, because of you doctors, all of you, every fucking one of you, every social worker, every goddamn pig, every fucking one of you, and I'm going to explain it right here and right now. See, and so another way to write you off, as I've explained about the trailer or the pianist wrote, like it's a good way to write someone off. And yes, by the way, I did say that. Yes, I do believe that someone, or that Clifford Olsen was. Yes, I did. So you need to find out that somebody drive a trailer off there, okay? Now also, here I am in the summer of 07. Apparently having a nervous breakdown. Now, the nervous breakdown was induced by these people, okay, and if you go to gangstalking.com, gangstalkingworld.com, it will explain how they cause the nervous breakdown and make the person believe they had a nervous breakdown. It appears they had a nervous breakdown, but it wasn't. It was caused by these people, by these sick people. And so, could you imagine then, here I am trying to explain to my family that yes, this is all true, yes, the cops harass me every day from work, and the gang stalkers, and no, they wouldn't listen. Could you imagine this, okay? You're trying to explain all this, and they just won't listen to you, and even though you try and explain it, walk them through it, it just seems so far-fetched for them and unreal. So, there I was, on the around the end of July 07, and there I was with authorities talking about how about a missing child who'd been missing for 17 years, who I assumed I knew who the killer was. Okay, so when it comes to talking about bodies and pointing out who, like I said, 17 years being missing, okay, and here I was talking about it with the authorities on who I thought it was, okay, that was responsible for it. And yes, there was talk of remains and blah blah blah, the whole shitload, okay. Now imagine speaking with authorities after they caused this nervous breakdown. The whole time that I had this breakdown, the whole time, those bastards, they suspect me of a crime I didn't commit. They think I committed a crime. And it's all about this crime, Tim, and this fucking freak, whoever he was, that I believe helped him, another person. Anyway, I believe that the police too were hoping that I would give them information on the name of the other person. So, there I was at the police station, after I had my nervous breakdown proof and I passed out, I hit the floor and everything, got back up, and hey, we gotta go do the police because they think that I did this and blah blah blah. It's Tim, hey, Tim did this and that, and it's because they put those thoughts in my head, okay? They used Tim, as I said. Now, what they're trying to do is extract information as well as make me destroy my character by making me look insane in the eyes of the people, in the eyes of the community. So, They use the media as well to try and get a response from a person, to see if the person jumps up and goes and does something because they see something on the news. Hey! And they jump up and they respond to it. You know what I'm saying? So, could you imagine then, there I am sitting there trying to explain to the doctor or to the police, and the police are like, no, 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 and everyone's telling me, no, 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 this is not true. Okay. I understood that they were looking for the name of the other person, okay, and as I spoke to this police officer when I was in the police station, and once I gave the person the name of that other person that I suspected may be helping Tim, boom, he closed the book right away. And hey, have you ever thought about seeing a doctor about all this? He says, this is the way, this is how they got me because of my nervous breakdown. Hey, have you thought about getting a doctor? This is how they get you in to see the doctor, to write you off, because they need to write you off. And to do that, they need to put you before a doctor. So when you're a healthy individual, mentally and physically, which I am, they have to destroy that, you see. They have to do it slowly but surely so that the family members go along with it and understand that it's not just in their head. That's what they want, because they have to fool the family members and my wife to make them think that this is all in my head. So could you imagine then, what they do then is, could you imagine the next day, after I had this nervous breakdown and we discussed him and this boy had been missing for 17 years, could you imagine the next day seeing on the news, 17-year-old remains found in Maquina hiking trails? Okay? Could you imagine? Would you respond? If you were a killer or something, you knew something about it, would you respond to that? Would you? Because if so, that would be very, very odd if we found out that a teenage boy died at the same time I was at the police station telling my story about how the 17-year-old murder and blah, 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 blah. Okay, now, if we found out, you see, what I'm getting at here, folks, is they could lie and fabricate and come up with a story to try and get a response out of me. Let's make him think that, hey, we just recovered the remains of a 17-year-old up at Maquina. Let's make him think that, because he thinks we're probably talking to Tim right now too, and we're leaning all over him and blah, blah, blah. They're trying to make it play between us and trying to see who's going to respond, get a response out of me, whatever. Could be a response out of Tim, making Tim think, hey, Rick just told him about something or whatever, something. They could have twisted it around, whatever. So what I'm saying is, to the people of Port Alberni, what you need to find out, is it true on July 25th, 07, was there anything in the newspaper about a boy that died at Maquina School? Mysterious crimes or whatever, or mysterious illness or whatever it might be. Maybe this boy, this person, native boy, died and for just no reason, whatever. He was actually only 16 years old, okay? Not 17, 16, okay? And it was for whatever cause. It has nothing to do with any murder whatsoever. This was just but did the police use this to say, hey, let's use this boy's death and use it, and we'll make an error on the news, and we'll say 17-year-old remains found at Maquina Trail, and then later, give it a day or two, oh, correction, it was only 16-year-old boy. You see what I'm getting at, people? They use things to get a response out of me and to make people think, yes, look at this. This is all a big setup, that there was no boy that actually died, whatever. They just made it all up so that they could make people think that it was all about this person, this psychopath, and this psychopath here. Secretly and quietly behind everyone's back, the people of my life, okay? This is how they do it. It's called character assassination. It's called gangstalking. And that's what they did to me, and you need to suffer for that, okay? RCMP, because it's bullshit. That's the way it is in my story. Remember that. God loves you. Loves you more when you use cannabis and hemp. Goodbye.